Okay, and 2 clouds. So what are the 2 clouds? Azure. So yeah, this is my brief introduction. And when it comes to DevOps, Azure DevOps course duration. Azure course duration. Okay, it is 8 weeks. So here for Azure DevOps, 4 weeks. And the remaining 4 weeks for Docker and Kubernetes. Here we are providing 2 courses at 1 course fee cost. Docker and Kubernetes, 4 weeks. Okay, yo, this is a free of cost course. Okay, which is included in your course curriculum. Okay, and when it comes to what is the prerequisite for this, many people will ask me that Azure DevOps prerequisites. Many people are doubting that whether we know coding or not. Okay, no need of having coding knowledge. No coding is required. Okay, Windows operating system, just Windows operating knowledge is enough. Even non-IT people can also join this course. Okay, and every session is a recorded session. Okay, every session is a recorded session, and that will be posted in Google Drive, and you will be given. Okay, so the recorded session, okay, you will be shared with the recording session, so you can watch the recording. Okay, that is at free of cost. Okay, now when it comes to our timings, 5 p.m. IST and Monday to Friday. No weekend classes will be conducted. Monday to Friday only. Okay, so this is our brief introduction prerequisite of this course. So as per course and as per industry needs, a Azure DevOps engineer majorly has to fulfill these goals. What are the goals he has to do? One is, the major goal is to reduce the time to deliver the software. So this is a major goal of a DevOps engineer. Okay, so here we have 2 DevOps flavors. One is Azure DevOps and DevOps. Many people will get confused that what is Azure DevOps and what is generic DevOps. Generic DevOps. Okay, so in generic DevOps role, you have to reduce the time to reduce the deliver to the software, and you have to fulfill 2 goals here. Okay, what is the second goal here? To provide infrastructure. Okay, so a generic DevOps engineer has to fulfill first and second goals. First and second goals. Okay, just a minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay, so here a generic DevOps engineer has to fulfill first goal and second goal. Okay, first goal, second goal, must be fulfilled by this engineer. And whereas Azure DevOps engineer just he has to reduce the time to deliver the software. So it is also called as application DevOps. It is also called as application DevOps. Second one is called as generic DevOps. Okay. And what exactly DevOps is? So let us discuss with the diagrams and let us understand basic flow. Okay. Before that, let me save the document. Okay. Now just imagine a e-commerce application or something like a flight reservation application. Okay, it can be .NET application, it can be Java application, it can be Python, it can be Node.js. Okay, it can be Ruby, whatever it may be. Okay, whenever a new project comes to an organization, what happens first? Developer writes the code. Developer writes the code. This is a fact. Okay, developer writes the code. Okay, so let me show it pictorially, diagrammatically. Let me take a developer diagram. Developer icon. So it can be single developer, multiple developers. Okay. So this guy, you can assume he has a developer. Okay. So it can be any project. It need not be Java. It need not be any application. It can be a generic application. Okay. From developer system. Okay. Just for the sake of simplicity, I have given only one developer, but in the reality, multiple developers will be working for a single project. So at the end of the day, okay, so he is going to submit code into version control system, right? So here for version control system, I am going to take a simple rectangle. Okay, so version control system or source code management. Okay, and it can be code repository. These are all the similar names. Okay, this is nothing but version control system or SCM, source code management or code repository. Code repository. Okay. So what are the popular version control systems or source code management systems like Git? Okay. Azure Repos, Bitbucket. Okay. So as a part of our course, we are going to use Azure Repos. As a part of our course, we are going to use Azure Repos. So here the code is available in raw format here, raw form, because many developers will contribute this code, and version control system must be able to manage versions. Okay, so it has to know, okay, which code submitted by whom and what are the versions given by each and every developer. It has to remember everything. Okay, it has to remember everything. So once the code is available in version control system, directly we cannot use the code. No one is going to use the code from version control system. Okay, so it will be copied. The raw code will be deployed into some area called build environment. Okay, into build environment. So in the build environment, generally people are going to use, Okay, your responsibility as a DevOps engineer is we have to use Maven for Java projects. Okay, MS Build for .NET projects. Okay, Make for C, C++ projects, PIP for Python projects. Okay, so what is the outcome of this build environment? The outcome of this build environment is something like package or application, okay, or something like we are going to say artifact. So these are generally in the form of jar files, var files, DLL files, exe files. Okay, okay, these are the examples for applications or packages. So we cannot use this package directly. Okay, so before we deploy this into live environment, okay, so the product has to be tested, the application has to be tested. Now to test the application, so this application will be deployed into another environment called QA. Okay, so this application will be deployed into QA environment. So this is a actual testing environment where exactly testers will come into picture. They will test various they will test the product. Okay, so they will conduct many tests like performance test, functional testing, load balancing testing. Many tests are conducted here. Okay, so here actually unit tests are over. In the phase of build environment, unit tests are completed. Unit tests are completed, but here complex kind of testing is performed here. So it is not only a single system. Okay, so build environment means actually it is a complex environment. Okay, like this. So you can assume the circles are various testing servers. So once the testing is over, what happens in the next phase? So actual product owners, customers will come. Okay, so they will test the code. So this is exactly called as UAT environment, user acceptance test, UAT. Okay, so let us set for a diagram. I think for UAT a diagram might be given. UAT icons. Okay, I'm going to take this one. User acceptance testing. Okay, so this is exactly UAT. And when it comes to testing icon. I'm going to take this one. Yeah, this is my testing environment. Okay, I will minimize it. So even you put 3 to 4 years experience, you can get more than 12, 13, 14 lakhs of salary. That is one best feature. And from Microsoft side, okay, it is going to give more discounts, okay, to its customers. And when it comes to user friendliness, we know that Microsoft products are very user friendly. Okay, since it is Azure DevOps is from Microsoft, okay, it is going to give more user friendliness. And one more thing, so we can have traceability also. Traceability means on the spot you can uh, trace the error. While building pipeline, if something goes wrong, okay, it is going to display detailed information. Okay, why the application has stuck there, what is the reason, okay, and how that can be resolved. So that kind of traceability can be done in Azure DevOps. And fourth one is, it is cloud native. Cloud native means generally Azure DevOps is available in two forms, in two flavors. So what are the two flavors? One is on-premise version and second one is cloud version. So if you want to use Azure DevOps as on-premise version, you have to have your own servers. Okay, so within the servers you have to install Azure DevOps software. You have to manage everything. Okay, you have to manage high availability, like you have to manage licensing, you have to manage load balancing. Okay, so when number of people are increasing, the traffic is increasing, generally number of servers should be more. Okay, there is a less load, you have to decrease the servers. So in that case, okay, to maintain high availability, okay, so you need to have more or less servers. And the thing is, some organizations like banking and some other application, they don't want to keep code on the public clouds. Because of that reason, they will have their own on-premise version of Azure DevOps. Okay, when the people like non-critical applications, okay, and if the data, if the code is not that much sensitive, and they will keep code on Azure DevOps. That means in Azure DevOps, okay, the code is available on public cloud platforms. And so when you are using cloud version of Azure DevOps, means that is called as PaaS, means that comes under platform as a service. Directly you can log in into Azure DevOps portal. Okay, you no need of having any Azure account. Directly you can log in to Azure DevOps portal, you can use directly. Okay, so how to log in into Azure DevOps portal, let us see. So there is a website here, dev.azure.com. Okay, just open this site. Here are you seeing here, if you don't have account, you can create a free tier account, you can use it for 3 months. Okay, 3 months they are not going to charge anything, you can create anything. But at the time of creating servers, suppose for my application to work, I need server, right? In that case, you need to have Azure account. You need to have Azure account. Okay, how to create Azure account, tomorrow we will discuss everything. Okay, so just for now, you need not to have any Azure account. Directly you can start free. Are you seeing start free? Just you can click on this. It is going to ask you your username and password. Okay, if you don't have any account, use another account. Just type your account name, password. Okay, so these details will be enough to create Azure account. So if you are already having account, this is my Azure account. This is my Azure DevOps home page. Okay, here you can create organizations, and within the organizations you can create projects. Okay, this is the first way of entering into Azure DevOps, and we have a second way also. So suppose you are having Azure account, then you can directly go into Azure account by typing portal.azure.com. And here in the search, this is a landing page of your Azure organizations. Type like this. Are you seeing your Azure DevOps organizations? From here also, directly you can enter into Azure DevOps portal. This is the second way. Okay, if you don't have Azure account, you can use dev.azure.com. If you have already Azure account, you can go from portal also. This is the second way. Okay, but to create Azure account, you need to have to create Azure account. Okay, you need to have one credit card. Credit card is required. This is mandatory. This is Azure account. This is not Azure, not for Azure DevOps account. Credit card is required. Email ID. Okay, and mobile number. Okay, these are the things that you need to have to create Azure account free. Okay, so yeah, this is valid for 12 months. So in the first month they are going to credit you. They are going to credit $200, 200 US dollars. You can use these 200 US dollars for creating virtual machines, for creating network, many things you can create. That means within first month you can use unlimited services. From second month onwards, your subscription is changed to pay as you go. This is just like electricity bill. How much you are using, that much you have to pay. This is from second month onwards. Up to 12 months, your subscription is pay as you go. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to see lab setup. Lab setup for Azure DevOps. How to set up Azure DevOps lab. Okay, so you have to create you need to have Visual Studio 2019. How to install Visual Studio 2019? By using Chaco, we are going to install it. Okay, and what are the other softwares required to create Azure DevOps account? Okay, so it will take complete one session. Okay, so after that, if time permits, we'll start how to create organization. Okay, so this is my demo session. So in this regard, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. I have explained everything. What is Azure DevOps and what is generic DevOps? So if you are a generic DevOps engineer, infra DevOps engineer, you have to do application DevOps as well as infra DevOps also. But in any case, we are learning Docker and Kubernetes also. Okay, using Docker and Kubernetes, we can provide infrastructure. We can provide environments.